I spent a little while on the internet trying to find an answer to this, and I can't find it. I can't find the exact answer. I found a lot of answers, but I have a fuel gauge that's not reading correctly. Now, I know it's not the fuel sending unit because everything checks out from an ohm standpoint, and it's brand new. But when I apply power directly to the gauge, it just pegs over full. When I take power off the gauge from the sending unit, it slowly drops down. You'll see in a minute. My thought has been that if I apply power to the gauge, pure power, 12 volts, bang, goes straight to full. If I take it off, why doesn't it just go to zero, like an on-off switch? You go from 33 ohms full on to 240 something off. But it doesn't do that. The needle slowly it goes up quick, but slowly goes down quick. I'm not sure what the problem is, but we're going to troubleshoot it and find out. Now you can see that the fuel sending unit has a range of 240 to 33 ohms, which is what 33 would be full and 240 would be dead empty, apparently. So, a basic ohms test. This tank is about, I know it's about maybe 2/3 full, and so this should show something other than 30 ohms, which is totally full, which is what the gauge says. So, yeah, so connecting the cables. I'm getting 66 ohms, which tells me that this tank is about, well, I don't know, 2/3 full, which is what it should say on the gauge, but it does not. So the gauge, I also ran wire straight in to the gauge, and that didn't change anything. So I'm going to buy a new gauge, see if that works. So, power on. Sending unit, yes, it's got wire nuts. This is part of the testing process. Now, when I turn the key on, I'm going to show the fuel go all the way up, nice and happy. Power on. Got a happy gauge. Power off. And it takes its sweet old time. Takes its sweet old time to return. Nice and slow. Now, I don't quite understand this. Maybe that's normal, I don't know, but I know it's not going down when the fuel sensor is telling it to. So I'm going to take the thing apart and see if it's dirty. But I don't know, because it spikes when I give it full, but it doesn't go back the other way smoothly. Okay, here we are inside the back of the dashboard, and these bow riders, they're you know, you got to get inside the hole and get up in there to get to the back of the gauge, which is fine, except that when you climb all the way in here and you're finally settled up and you're in this little hole, and you realize that you brought a 5/16 and a 3/8 wrench, if you had any sense, you'd know that this is metric. So I think I'm 8mm here. So after climbing in and out of the boat a couple of times, I think it got down this time. Well, sports fans, it ain't 8mm, it ain't 10mm either. I'm gonna guess it's 9mm, which I don't got. So I'm gonna get me a pair of needle nose pliers and unscrew these damn things before I burn the boat down. Okay, got it out. Getting that bracket free. So now I can get a good look at what I got going on here and give some testing. Maybe try to, if it's possible, clean it. But I don't know if I can get in there. We'll see. Oh, this is awesome. So this whole thing comes apart here. Comes right on out. Except this flange is pressed into the plastic. So this is all pointless to have this ability to come apart. You can see that my happy little valve in there, my happy fuel gauge is loose, but it's not coming out without this bezel taken off. So let's see if we can rip that off. I think I might buy a new fuel gauge anyway. Okay, so you can't do that. I promptly shattered the lens of the thing by trying to pry it off the back, which was, you know. So I guess I'm getting a new fuel gauge. Hopefully I can find one that's similar.